Okay, video games. So, I'm even later. If there's anything I'm consistent at, it's being inconsistent. I've consistently started later every day. Good job. However, I think it'll be better moving forward, because I slept less last night. I went to bed much later, like 9. So I didn't get as much sleep last night, which sounds like a bad thing. But I think it's a good thing, actually. Because it means I will go to bed earlier today. And I'll be streaming a little bit earlier again. Which would be good because I was supposed to do Umineko again today. Oops. But I don't think I really have the brain power, honestly. So I'm just not gonna risk it. Basically. I'm just gonna play this game. Which inversely requires less brain power. Huh. Yeah, some people are really good at going for long amounts of time. I mean, I've had that before too, don't get me wrong. I have all the items. So the first thing I'm gonna do today, before I move on to the Castle of Chaos, is do the last interstace boundary. Actually, I think I need to put on some different Shikigami for, leveling purposes too. Like the Unicorn, for example, probably gets some good stuff. Like some better healing stuff if I level him. And I just haven't really done that yet, you know? Let's see. We can take off one of the cold ones. For now. I want the Unicorn. We can put on G-Matter too. Sure. Pacific Wind doesn't get anything else till ages away. We should get something at 30. Which is close-ish. Yeah, Unicorn gets something quite soon. Maybe it's good. I don't know, we'll see. Manuscript gets something at 33. I guess I gotta keep him on. Southcity gets her last one at 30. Take off Aya for now. And put on... I guess Raisin's still low level. There's just so much stuff I haven't bothered learning yet. It's rough. Cyclops 2. Yomu. I'm gonna put Yomu and Remy, maybe. Yeah, okay. Okay, so by the looks of the map, the last boundary is in here. I did encounter it before, actually. I just don't remember precisely where it is in here. So I'll go take a look around, I suppose. I would actually kind of think I would have a warp to it. Oh, I needed the long shot and I didn't have it at the time. I couldn't come up here. Maybe? I think that's probably the case. Looks that way, right? Because typically, you know, you visit the boundary from the outside and you get the warp. Okay, yeah, there's harder stuff on this screen. This looks like it's probably the case. These guys have no drops for me. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that I'm not the only late night streamer. There's plenty of others that do Touhou and Touhou adjacent stuff. Plays a lot more into like retro games and stuff though. And you know, I grew up with some of those too, but he plays like PC98 stuff. So it's a very different field than me. Okay. Wait, are there any chests here? Okay, good. I'm glad there aren't. Oh, I can't squeeze through here. I was tricked. You can't go that way. It's over here. Okay, that was pretty painless to find, thankfully. Damaged treasure pile. Okay. I think that'll let me maybe convert materials into other materials, probably, something like that. Oh yeah, everyone still has robes on, by the way, and magic shields. Because of yesterday. I'm gonna change that for the boss fight once we get there. Oh, this spell immunity is cool. That's not something you really get much. Neat. Okay, so there should be another free DLC Shikigami in here too, I think. Or the Shikigami or whatever, I don't know. Probably not this guy. I don't remember typing P-Hound into the sheets after all. But who knows? Maybe it is this guy. So yesterday was a good day. Super, super productive. I got a lot of stuff done. After I streamed, I did a little bit of Kasegai. Not super much, but I'm going to finish up with the scenarios today. I did some tracing practice again. I started work on Yo Yummy Biscuit. So I'll actually have to like announce that properly and add it to like the donation list and stuff soon, I guess, when I'll bring that up with Tripper. And I got a big chunk of it done already. I did stuff with friends, did stuff with other friends, played a new game, even, just a demo. Got a lot of stuff done. Chatted with that one friend more about the GOS playthrough that we'll be doing. Told him a bit more about the game, answered some questions. I think he's kind of looking forward to it, actually. Which is good, because he doesn't like Touhou. So if I've made him look forward to GOS on its merits alone, I think that's pretty cool. That's kind of my goal here. I don't think he'll come out of it liking Touhou. I don't have that unreasonable of an expectation on this guy. But still. I should be doing encounters too, huh? Virgin Mo, Shuhu, and Grandchild of Ohime. I don't know what they do. Are you weak to electric, maybe? I'll find out. Full recolors. Maybe I'll beat the Yukari. Maybe. Probably not. That's sticking around longer than these things have yet. New record. A turn. Oh. Oh, that didn't do much. I think maybe there's like a damage reduction applied if there's a friendly fire with charm and stuff. I really feel like it, because that should have killed easily. Aw, she missed. Try my damnedest here. Get this thing the best theory. Oh, it's varieties. Sure, I had those. Come on. Oh, she's going again. Okay. It's not running. If we hit it one more time, we're good. Okay. It's registered. I'm so happy. Interface Boundary 3 was worth it. Big XP. Oh, that's like 10,000 for the Shikigami, actually. That's really good. Girasole, I don't remember what that does. Magic crits. That is really good. That's a party-wide. We're gonna cancel. Yeah, that's definitely something you'd want for later on in the game. There's a lot of boss fights where that could be kind of crucial, I think. And to think you could just miss it because you didn't level this random fairy Shikigami. Crazy game. Okay, so this is another place to get one of the elemental amulets. That's good. I do want those. I need them. Now, my memory could be wrong, but I feel like there isn't much actual dungeon left. I feel like a lot of what's left now is, like, like mini sections and bosses. So I think Castle of Chaos is actually going to speed up a bit moving forward. Oh no, okay. Carbuncle's fast. Got sped spell cards. It's nasty. I assume that was a single turn reflect, but I'm still just gonna not risk it. Just take this thing out first. Take out everything, actually. Okay. No, the Carbuncle's not the Shikigami here. Look at the map. I think I have to come in from another side to get that chest. I guess the gimmick of the interspace boundary is that it looks like you can get the chest, but you actually can't. This place is just a big tease. Okay. That's fine, because... Does Marissa have water on her? If she does, that's fine. Otherwise, we might be in trouble. Let me check. If she does, okay. We're fine. We can just one-shot that thing in front. It's okay. No problem. Magic attack down. Probably still no problem. Good. I'll check weapon skills after this too. You're still getting Tyrant Flash. The other two are almost leveled. You're learning a couple things. Yakurin is also learning and mastering. Okay. So just keep it on for a while. It's fine. Watch the notifications. I was afraid that I miss him. I thought there was more treasure. There is. Oh, is this another one I have to come in from a different screen for? I have to come in from up there, yeah. Okay. What a tease. So you have a drop. No one else has anything I particularly care about. Besides materials. I mean, yeah, I got plenty of MP. I can just keep on doing that. No problem. Augure should be helpful to have too. She's got some nice single target spells. Feel bad that I'm less talkative today. Like I said, I didn't get much sleep. I'm doing my best here. Almost decided to not bother streaming today, but it just felt so bad breaking the streak, you know? So I'll go for a couple hours or so again. It is the least I can do. Consistency's been helping me lately after all in various ways, so gotta try to stick to that. Master's armor. Very good defenses. Well, just physically, actually. No magic defense, but that's fine. Okay. Good to know. Could be useful. This is probably Shikigami. If I had to guess. Gotta get here. Physical armor is going to be helpful in the next boss fight, assuming it's finally Chloe. Surely it will be. Still don't have anything with the unicorn. This thing's probably pretty strong. Like, offensively, not defensively, of course. Yeah, see. Don't want to do too much. Honestly, I think I'm okay. Remy can just finish it off. Ooh. So that brings you down to neutral from resist, huh? I gotta pull sword. No pull Shikigami though. Turfing, let's see. 190? That's a step up. That's twice as strong as my previous sword. Okay. I guess it's good to come over here and do this place before moving on. Keep in mind this place didn't exist until the remake. Until W. Yeah, you are weak to water. Okay. Let's just hit the guy in the back. I'm mildly concerned about being beheaded, though. To be more accurate, I'm very, very concerned. Yeah, well... Thing is, I can't go nap after this because I'll mess up my schedule more. And it's have to have them stay up through the day and, like, sleep a bit earlier tonight, so I can wake up a bit earlier and kind of back on track. I'm just hoping that I can still get stuff done today on a little bit less sleep, that's all. But if it ends up being a dud day, those happen now and again. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, I can just go around the tree. I don't know why I'm freaking out over this. This goes not where I thought it was. Oh, it's the end. Okay, weird. Tenchi and Aaron can be party members. Hooray! I forgot that Tenchi could be. Aaron I knew about. I forgot Tenchi could be a party member. I don't think I've ever used her. Probably haven't used Aaron either, but they're there. If you feel like leveling up a character from 1 now. Well, actually, their Shikigami levels carry over, don't they? So I guess it wouldn't be all that bad, maybe. But yeah, more character options. Okay, so this is still the same massive ass screen. And... okay. This place is probably just a big loop like the other one, I suppose. Is there another exit from here? Yeah, so I'm gonna go down here. I see, I see. Oh yeah, you can recruit this guy too, for whatever reason. I'm not super picky, just take him out somehow. You'll be fine. Nothing could go wrong here. Just kind of checking stuff. So that's physical, huh? I do like the lead up into the chorus of Bad Apple. Okay, so you drop one of the E-Poets, I do want those, unfortunately. Oh, we have a Dokazer too. What a terrible fight. I mean, I think I'm a bit strong for it, so it's fine, but if you came in here without the levels somehow, and I don't really know how you do that, it would be difficult, potentially. I guess it's okay with physical, actually. Like, one guy reflects magic, the other guy just cancels it. There's no use magic. Has to for certain parties though, for sure. I don't know how you make it this far in the game with just magic stubbornly, but I guess you could. I mean, the good thing about W is that you can switch up party members a bit more fluidly if you want, because, you know, you can equip them with Shikigami and level them up. So I guess it's not that rigid. Like, I could switch someone in Sengoku if I wanted at one point, maybe, and they'd be maybe 5 or 10 levels behind, but that's better than being level 1 for sure. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. At least she's fast. That's one good benefit. Is that from the other side? The side I was already on, so I just didn't pick that one up, I think. For no real reason. I think that's the whole place, by the way. I looked around to back to the start again, unless there's like another path. Let me just check around over here. Yeah, just ends here. Okay, so I just gotta go get the other chest, I'm done. There were no Shikigami in here. There was no, like, guaranteed recruit Shikigami or anything in this place, like before. That's weird. Maybe I've just missed it. That's not impossible, I guess. I'll do a few more fights. No, my new schedule is working decently well. I don't have as many dead zones within the day where, like, I can't meet people or do stuff. Going to bed at, like, 6 PM isn't that bad, actually. Sometimes 5, sometimes 7, anywhere in that range, really. Morning, Kraska. So it's been pretty good. Like, there's a couple things I'd like to do in the evening that I can't. It's gonna make it hard to catch, like, Dylan's streams, for example, unfortunately. If he streams, like, a game second, I'd have to stay up a bit for that, but I can manage, I guess. Gotta do it. Don't got it, but I wanna. I'll try to catch Hina Day, this next Saturday if he does more Hina. I missed it last week. Oh dear. Well. Yep. Okay, that's fine. I only have like one chest to get in there anyway, so I'll go grab it. And you don't get any reward for finishing the third one. That's fine. It's weird that this is the third boundary, but it's in Stratum 2. Was I reading that right? No, this is Stratum 3. I'm silly. Oh, appreciate the sub, Kraska, thank you. Yeah, I just scrolled the wrong way in the map. Oops. Everything is okay. No crisis here. Okay, so that should be all that there is here. Let me do a couple fights in case there's something I missed, Shikigami-wise. Some of the enemies here are good for specific drops too, of course, but I'm not really gonna, like, push for those right now, per se. No big rush. You can get them later if I need them. Let me try like 2 more fights just to make sure there's nothing spectacular I missed here. There's this thing, but you can find this elsewhere, so let's count. Honestly, just skip fights with Remy's card. That's just a end fight button for this place. Unicorn got something that I skipped by. Complete cure. That's good. It's useful to have. I'm hoping it gets AoE healing for its next skill, but I don't know. We'll see. The way's off. I'll do one more fight after this because Remy still has one card left. The enemies in here are easier than the other boundaries, just relatively speaking from the point in the game you're at. I guess it makes sense though, since you have to like get into the Castle of Chaos to get this place open. What quest does it pop up till then? You're gonna beat Calgary and Aaron. Pretty late. Oh. What have I done? And my last word, that's what. This is only good news, in my opinion. These things even have drops for me. I'm not sure about. I might want to have other concerns, though. Alright, Patchy's up. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Hopefully he dropped another E-Palette. Okay. Well, it was still worthwhile coming here, I suppose. Not super worthwhile, but we got something out of it. More playable characters I'm not going to use. And I did get these damaged treasure piles. Okay, yeah, so you can convert stuff into these. Then you can convert the damaged treasure into these if you want. So you can like convert stuff down into like groups of small materials. There's going to be other treasure sets later on too. I think I just don't have them yet. Okay, so what lies beyond here then? No map. Oh yeah, okay, so this is very much, you could do these 3 areas, do the refights, then you can go on and finish the game. Or you can also walk up here now, I guess. Alright, isn't there like a thing where you like seal the final boss and like make her weaker? Can you just go up there and fight her without doing any of the Devil Devo refights and just totally get your ass kicked? It's kind of funny. Would that even work though? Because like, doesn't the game want you to see those cutscenes first? Like, surely you couldn't go back and do the refights after finishing the final boss somehow. It probably unlocks it, actually. You can probably just toggle them off later and do the harder one. I'm not sure how it works offhand. I don't recall. Let me go forward and unlock the checkpoint or whatever, and I'll come back and do the refight areas. Since I'm already up here now. No, give me more Flying Fantastica. Oh. Oh, no, there is somewhere to go. I think I remember not finding these stairs in a previous run and not knowing where to go. Because they're kind of hidden. You know, if you're blind. Okay. There's a way to go there, and there's a way to go here. And there's Stray Yukari here. Recruitment rate F. I'm not holding out hope. Not even Remy can hit this thing. Man. I'll try this, but it's probably gonna run as soon as I hit it. Or I'll do 0 with her card. I see. Yukuri are a real mystery. Okay. Oh, well that's nice. You don't get many of those given to you for free. This could be one of those fights where I regret not having more elements on my mages. I mean, at least I have this, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take out either of them. So I played a game with a couple of friends called Cursed Companions yesterday. It's got a demo on Steam, with me launching early access soon. It's the definition of what people have recently been calling VoIP slop, but I use that term endearingly because I love those games. I love Lethal Company, games like that. This actually has speech recognition in it too, and that's the whole gimmick. It's like players have words that if they say, or if they hear another player say, they take damage. I have to like say certain phrases to disable traps, and you gotta like check the book to see what the phrase of the day is. Stuff like that. It's a neat concept. You gotta like go in and avoid monsters and pick up loot and take it out, kind of like Lethal Company. It needs a lot of work. The physics aren't good. Some of the monsters are really unclear with how they work. Like there's this monster who's supposed to kill you if you swear in its vicinity, like after it attaches to your head. But we opened up a gate. It just immediately killed 2 out of 3 of us, even though we didn't say anything. And just attached to the other person's head and just followed them around for the rest of the day. Not sure what that was about. I think it's bugged and maybe like it's where it sets a flag on your character for the entire day or something, but that's not what the monster says it's gonna do. So, yeah, a little bit of a problem. Yeah, that does give you an entire fast travel point. That's like 2 screens away. Neat. There's, you know, one of the typical like Weeping Angel, Coilhide enemies, but how do I put this? The way it kills you is so abrupt. I almost feel like it just takes out a gun, shoots you, and puts the gun away or something, because it kills you from like 10 feet away, if you don't look at it. We didn't even really know what happened the first time. This thing is a problem, by the way. This might not go well. It's good to find this enemy, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see it here. It's probably gonna kill me. Is that really what I want to do this turn? Really wish I had someone in the party for physical damage resist. Like, even Lyrica with Earthwall would be nice, because that thing's gonna breathe on me for sure. I haven't even killed this guy in the back, actually. Oh, I don't stand a chance here. Not even remotely. Let's just use these. They're higher base power. They're gonna resist them, but actually do damage, I guess. This is not gonna work. I'm gonna die before I take either of these, surely. You're my only hope, Amelia. That's not enough. The only way I win this is if I get really lucky with the move they use, and if they just don't breathe. And, no. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Leave us behind, Rumelia. Save yourself. Good job. You coward. Gauntlet Humbaba. Oh yeah. There's a Humbaba in Dragon Quest too. Dragon Quest 4. I made note of it because its name was funny, and I said it out loud a few times. Humbaba. Humbaba. I wonder if this guy's the same guy, or if the Humbaba's like... I don't know, like a cryptid or a yokai or something. That I just haven't heard of before. I mean, Could be either way, honestly. Could just be a Dragon Quest reference, but hard to say. It's probably a yokai or something. Fix this. So kind of skipping ahead in the battles a little bit here by going here first, but now I'm going ahead and then doubling back to clear things after. Actually, there might be some harm. There might be some harm. I don't think Remy can do this. No, she cannot. Alright, let me just try to go up the other way and like grab chests and stuff and maybe not fight things. If I had like, let's see. If I wasn't leveling all these worthless ass Shikigami, it might go a bit better. Let me put on a couple others real quick. Fawn's nice. Big damage from Fawn. That's all we really gotta do, I guess. Oh no. Won't be good. Another element. I just want to go check the other path. Ooh. I was in the map. I have the thing that nullifies permanence. It's still on someone, right? If so, I'm good to go. Probably. Let me put this on immediately. I don't know what elements. The poison giant probably doesn't like thunder. But I don't. Well, I guess I do kind of have that. I'll hit him. First thing is, these things spam like Berserk and whatnot so much though, so that barrier is not even gonna last too long. Oh, well, found his weakness. How fortunate. Somehow I think we might be okay after all. You know what I forgot to do? My morning chapstick. Nice. Here's a question that came up recently. How often do you play the games you translate? Do you only translate games you yourself would play? In most cases, I play or have played the games I translate. I typically don't test them myself nowadays because they take so long. There have been a couple cases where I've taken on suggestions for games that I wouldn't have really pursued otherwise, like Insokyo Fantasy Diary, for example, which I don't think really got much attention, but it's an unofficial translation I did of a roguelike. Like a mystery dungeon kind of roguelike, I should specify. I've actually never played through Rock Maiden in its entirety, I don't think. Any of them, actually. So I was very much counting on Dylan for that, for the testing there, when he streamed them. And I think when it came out that there were a couple issues, I don't think I even knew about them, because... Well, there's only a few lines of dialogue in the game, in those games, that's the thing. But there's no easy way to go check them without playing up until that point yourself. That can often be the case for games. Let's see. Typically, you know, it does have to be a game I would be at least somewhat interested or like interested adjacent in. Now, if a dev came to me and asked me to translate something, it might be different, but from like Western fan suggestions, I'm not going to go pursuing a game that I don't see that much value in, or looks to be like a really big project and I don't like it much. Like someone asked me about Hakurei Spell Strive, which is like this browser game. I think you can also play it in mobile. But it's like a very mobile coded kind of game. And I checked it out on stream once for like an hour or less. Didn't like it. So I'm not going to pursue that. Again, if the dev came to me and like asked, hey, could you translate my game for me? You know, I'd probably say yes, because, you know, it's an honor being reached out to by devs, but it's not the kind of thing I would ever pursue myself, basically. I think that makes enough sense. Let me see here. Let me see if there's like any interesting cases to talk about. Let me look through my like completed projects list on the server. Got so many now. I forget about them sometimes. I mean, something like Touhou Bohien I wouldn't have played had it not been recommended to me. And it was actually ages ago. That was a game that got voted for in, I think, like one of the old interest polls, right? I want to say. And I had a bit of spare time, you know, last year, I guess. I don't really know how, but I guess I did. Not exactly sure what drove me to go pursue that one, but I reached out. It was a nice little short project. I enjoyed the game in the end. I thought it did some kind of cool stuff. You know, you go into that kind of game and you're not sure what it's going to be. Is this just like generic RPG maker horror? Like, are the puzzles going to be translatable? It even had like a neat like RPG boss fight at the end with like this cool combo style plugin that they used. So it was a very surprising game. It had some original music at the end too, which is pretty neat. Hi, Chucksis. What else is there? I mean, a lot of the games on my list are games I pursued because people suggested them. I won't say they had a big community demand, because I never had that many people vote in the polls in the first place, probably like less than 100 back in the day. But something like Harvest Yuka, Shady Trial, I didn't really know about them until then, you know? Honestly. I would say that, you know, I at least back all the games I've translated. There's no games here that I would say are like, this game is slop, or this game is like predatory toward its users, or something like that. And I wouldn't go toward those kinds of games. Are there games like that in the Touhou community? Yeah, kind of. Not many, not many. I'm not gonna name names, but I do know about this one DL site dev who... It's kind of a curious case. I've never played his games. They actually look like they might be kind of fun. But he's got like 30 RPG Maker games. Touhou fan games. Is this guy gonna kick my ass, by the way? He's low and I'm scared. And it looks like he reuses the assets in some of them. There's two that have the same title screen, I noticed. And I think there was, a few years back where he like suddenly raised the price in all of his games. I think Yig has played some of his games before, and he could probably tell you more about this guy. And I guess someone was like saying, oh, this guy's games are too hard, I can't beat the final boss, it's unfair. And the dev like got angry and like wrote a blog post like saying, you're bad at the game, this is how you beat the final boss, like defending it in a very upset way. And like, even though the games look like they could be decent, I think he's just cherry picking screenshots maybe, because at the rate that he pushes these games out, the number he has, I'm skeptical. I'm very, very skeptical. Wouldn't be against checking out one someday. I don't know. I'm skeptical of him. Oh yeah, So I spaced out while I was talking about that, but I killed this guy. Apparently. He died. I don't think he got to do anything, did he? That's funny. He's a Tsukumogami? Elaborate? Is he? I see flesh in there. What do you mean that guy's a Tsukumogami? How does that check out? I don't understand. So essentially, I don't really turn down projects that come from devs, typically. I haven't so far. But I will sometimes turn down projects suggested by fans. Or like I won't pursue them. I had someone DM me on Twitter the other day asking, hey, are you open to taking on, like, new Touhou translation project? Like, would you be interested in translating this game? Like, I want to suggest to you. And I'm like, well, I have a lot of projects right now, so I can't guarantee it. Might be able to before I could get it to it. Before I could get to it. But I'm always open to hearing suggestions. And their follow-up was, do you translate Arrow content? Like, sorry, no, this isn't gonna work out. I try to keep safe for work. Besides Shady Trial, you know, little things here and there are fine. Shady Trial is not a game with nudity. It's a game with swearing. It's very different, you know. I'm not translating a full-on adult-oriented game. Absolutely not. Not interested. Yeah, I know. Again, I've done some work for a not safe for work manga company in the past under a different name. Did it pay well? Yes, it paid extremely well. They didn't have much work. They don't have frequent work for me. The last thing they gave me was like maybe a year and a half ago. I'm still in contact with them. Maybe they'll get back to me someday with some more stuff if they dry up on translators, but from what I understand, they have too many translators and not enough, like, editors for, like, the typesetting and stuff. But yeah, they paid really, really well. As far as my standards are concerned. If you want, like, a comparison, I'll give you some numbers. I'm not gonna name the company, by the way. Just because, I wanna not do that. Oh, so this is a status check for Unger. I see. But, so, when I used to do freelance translation work, and in the past as well, when I've had some people commission me for, like, Touhou-related stuff, like, for example, I've translated a couple games into Japanese now. Wonderful Waking World. The dev, Algar Chomp, said he wanted to pay me for my work. How much would I like to charge? I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just technically an amateur at this. You know, I got a lot of experience, but at the same time, you know, I'm not a pro translator. I don't have credentials or anything. So, you know, especially since this is like, you know, content I love. I'm translating a Touhou fan game here. You're going to be putting this up on Steam and not getting a penny for it too. It's a free game. So I'm just going to charge like 1 cent per character. Which is typically what I do from like Japanese to English. So I think I used roughly that for it. These seem worse than the other enemies actually. So I think overall it was like $500 for the game. So 1 cent per character is like starting freelance translator rates. But that's not industry rates at all. I think industry rates are more like 10 cents per character. But the manga company I worked for didn't do like that. They either did flat rates per, you know, batch of content, or they did rates per English word. And I think when they did words, it was typically about 12 cents per word. So I would get from like, you know, 200-page book manga, I get anywhere from like 700 to 1,000 plus change dollars, which it's pretty good for me. I'm happy with that. I don't want to piss off that thing in the back, but maybe I could one-shot it with Flan, you know? I think Levitating could do that. 1 cent per character is a dream rate? No, no it's not. Trust me, it's not. 1 cent per character is terrible. It's what you start off as, charging, when you don't have any, like, reputation. And here's the thing. I did some novels for people back in the day. Full length, like, just text novels. I think I rounded down for the guy, and I think I charged $1,000 for a 250-page novel. A novel. This isn't a manga. This is full, like, vertical written Japanese text on every page. I think I did an approximate count on it based on, like, average count on a single page multiplied by the number of pages. And I think I rounded down to $1,000 from, like, a bit above. But, you know, $1,000 times 1 cent is a lot of characters. There are probably even more. I'm gonna go to my email real quick. I'm not gonna show this on stream, but I want to go look at something. Hold on. I feel like there'd be more than that in a novel that size. I have all these emails saved, though. Let me see here. This is old stuff. Wow. Ancient artifacts in my email here. Okay, let's see. There's a lot to skim through. Let's see. Is this the part? Yeah, I think I'm roughly quoting right. They're like $1,000 for a 250-page novel, which is terrible. I also did a 400,000 character project for someone once and charged, I think, about 3K, and it's just not worth it. It's terrible. If you're doing it for experience or something, or if you have no other way of gaining money, if you really have no other way of gaining money, you know, sure. You know, you do you. But they're not dream rates, trust me. Actually working for, like, an established, company, even as a freelancer, will be better. You will get many, many times more than what you'd get otherwise. Will they have standards that they expect you to uphold to? Of course. If you're working as a totally independent freelancer and just taking on commissions that people bring to you, I got gun gear, by the way. You know, your standards are whatever you set for yourself. Cool. Ooh, often crits. 25, nice. That's good. That might be useful coming up, honestly. I'm gonna keep getting these skills, though, maybe. So, we're rolling F this too. Neat. But yeah. The only time I've ever had to follow a style guide is when I worked for this small company. As a freelancer. And it's not the hardest thing in the world to do by any means, but you do have to, like, go back over stuff. It's a bit of a pain. You also have to translate sound effects, you know, since you're doing manga. And they have very specific kinds of ways that they want you to do that. They want you to avoid certain ways of translating them. But thankfully they have, like, some examples that you can look to. They have, like, a list of, like, oh, in this situation, here's 5 different kinds you could do. You know, use these or like get creative and do something similar. Use these as like a baseline. Yeah, I can't speak for other currencies. I don't have that experience, that knowledge. I don't know conversion rates at all, really. I'm not invested in any of that. Geared armor. Nice. Really cool. I don't know. I'm gonna stab this guy, by the way. Like, he's gonna hate it. Let me save after I got that gun gear. I haven't had a single crash though. I'm happy with the game. It really is just Yukari's route that's problematic, I guess, unless your PC sucks. Unless you're Dylan, you know? I don't get what kind of environment that guy's playing the game in. Is he playing it in like a Windows 95 virtual machine or something? I don't understand how your PC could be so messed up that this game just constantly crashes every like 2 or 3 hours on like the other characters' playthroughs. Not Yukari, the one that has like an actual crash bug that people know about and have reported, but the others. I don't know what would bring that about. I don't get it. Cool enough if I slice and crits. Neat. I wonder how many games you could play on there. Problems with Tevi too. That sucks. I don't get how he's playing a lot of the stuff he is playing then. Hasn't he played like more demanding games in recent years? I guess I don't keep up with him too much nowadays. I don't... it's a matter of time. It's hard to really watch streamers, so I typically only really tune into Dylan if it's one of my projects, and I feel bad for that. I do. I feel like I'm being self-centered when I do that, but it's hard to dedicate the time to like focus on that. And I feel like usually if I have a stream up on my second monitor, I can't fully focus on something productive on the other one. I'm not that kind of person. Where's the Void? Oh, it's a shame. Couldn't keep playing that. I didn't remember he was playing it at one point, yeah. That sucks. But, you know, the thing is, indie, well, okay, I should say Dojin devs. Dojin devs, you know, they're not gonna make much off their games typically, you know, it's the big hits like Izakuya, you know. So, I can't go to, like, the GOS devs, Hachikuma, and say, okay, I did a character count, at a rate of 1 cent per character, this game costs you $3,000. You might be like, wow, $3,000 to translate GOS, that really is dream rates. It's not, trust me. The game is huge. If you're working minimum wage, and you tally up the number of hours it takes to do GOS, and compare that to the pay you'd be getting per hour for minimum wage would get you more money. That's how you know you're working for pennies. Now, again, I do this out of love. I do this because I like these games. I'm translating stuff I'm passionate about. But even for... okay, even for a price like that, that's, you know, reasonable for a normal person to be able to pay, it's hard for a Dojin group. So I don't charge them. If they wanted like a professional translation done, it would probably be 10 times that. They'd probably have to pay $30,000 for that game to be translated. Like, actual industry rates are way, way higher. So, you know, these devs are grateful that they're getting their games done for free. And, you know, some of them do opt to pay me a bit. And, you know, I'm not picky about the prices. I'm like, hey, you don't pay me something? Sure. Whatever rates you decide on are good. I'm content with that. Some of them sub to me on Patreon, which I also appreciate. I got a donation from Hachikuma on coffee after finishing GOS, I think. It wasn't much. In the grand scheme of things, you know, it wasn't even like 10% of like the $3,000 the game would have cost at 1 cent per character. But I was still grateful to get it. You know, but again, I live on this money. I don't need much money to live. Thankfully, I'm fortunate. I am very privileged that I can get away with charging pennies for what I do. Not everyone gets to have a job doing what they love, I guess. Is it still sometimes hard to work? Yeah. But, you know, it was really refreshing yesterday starting work on You Yummy Biscuit, and finally getting to just do some easy, straightforward, but still fun Japanese to English translating. After having to, like, grind away in Kasegai recently, which takes so much more active thought, it's so much harder. It's nice returning to my roots and what I can actually, like, confidently do. Honestly, I hear a lot of places in the world are having trouble right now with various things. America's struggling, Russia's struggling, Indonesia's struggling, government issues in all these countries. So, I understand, trust me. The world sucks, you know, but we all live in it together, so let's just do our best. We all have it in common, we all live in this mess of a world. Also, I was supposed to go up that way. Are there chests? I gotta go get them. Actually, most of them are probably up on a higher layer anyway, aren't they? Wait, where am I here? Okay, I'm gonna go back over into the raft and double check and make sure I didn't miss anything. Honestly, most of the time, if a dev wants to pay me, like whether they're, you know, French or Japanese or whatever, I usually just tell them to send it through Coffee. Coffee doesn't take a cut, by the way. They don't take anything. You just hook them up to your Stripe or your PayPal or whatever, and you just have to deal with your processor fees. But that's normal anyway, so that's fine, you know? Get used to that. It's easier than saying, like, here, send it to this bank account. Yeah, I know PayPal takes a cut. I deal with it. It's fine. PayPal does suck, though. Important. If you use PayPal, please set up your PayPal to automatically withdraw your money to your bank account often. You can do that. You can set up to, like, withdraw once a month, once a week, automatically. Withdraw automatically all the money from your PayPal to your bank account. Don't keep money in your PayPal. Don't keep more money in your PayPal than you'd be willing to suddenly lose. PayPal is ban happy. If they decide that they don't like what you're doing, they will ban your account. They will take and keep your money. Let's just say that I know someone that this happened to. I'm gonna word it like this. I know someone who ran an online business. How do I explain this without making it sound too bad? It had some copyright issues, we'll say that. Their business had some copyright issues. But it was nothing illegal, like super illegal. I don't think the company would have cared, in particular. One day, PayPal banned them out of nowhere. They had to stop running their website, providing their service. They lost, I think they said, about $20,000 because they had that in their account. And what PayPal said they would do for them is they would hold the money for 6 months, and then they would give them the money 6 months later. They'd release it for withdrawal. And you know what happened right before those 6 months hit? PayPal drained their account of their money. They said, we're charging you for terms of service violations. It's like $500 per violation or something. And you've sold a bunch of individual cheap products on your site. So every single thing you've ever sold is a violation. So that's $500 times like 10,000. So it's your entire account. You should be happy that we're not charging you. So we're taking your $20,000. You know, like right before this period, 6 months later, like right before New Year's. And we're just taking it. So we hope you weren't banking on having that money, because you don't have that money now. You're not able to withdraw it. Your account is now empty. Goodbye. PayPal is extremely fickle. I hope that they go under in in upcoming years. Credit card processors also suck with all the censorship happening nowadays. It's ridiculous. Just take the money, Just let people do what they're gonna do. You know, I could get it. If it's like drugs or illegal weapons and stuff, sure. That's one thing. But they're censoring adult content just because they don't like it. And it's absurd. You know, I don't translate that stuff on Hakanai. I'm keeping clean. But that doesn't mean that I think this stuff should just be censored. I think there's a place for it. Easily. So we got Titan's Rage. Yeah, it's like some... I think they're a Christian company or something, I hear. Their Collective Shout is the name. I've heard about it. I don't want to dwell on the topic too much, because I guess this is closer to political than I usually get on the stream, and I don't know too much about it. I'm not very well informed, so I don't want to say anything that could be wrong or misconstrued. But yeah, it's pretty dumb. You're gonna withdraw your PayPal money? Good. Please do. Please do. If it's enough money that you would hurt from losing it, please withdraw or set it up to auto withdraw. It's really important. If you got 50 bucks in there and you make like 10,000 bucks a month, it doesn't matter. You know, you probably don't care. But if you're like me and you make 600 bucks a month on Patreon, even if you have 600 bucks in your PayPal, that's a month's worth of money. Get that out of there. Patreon goes directly to your bank, by the way. They don't go through PayPal, in case anyone's wondering. I've been wandering back and forth. Okay, I see where I'm going. I got so distracted and so wound up there. Shitting on PayPal. They deserve it, though. Absolutely. They're a terrible payment processor. They take such a huge cut, too. Minimum withdrawal? I don't know. I'm not sure offhand. If I could get away without using PayPal, I would. Stripe is better, I think. But not as many people use Stripe. The thing is with Stripe, though, you don't even need an account to actually pay. A lot of people don't know that, though, or they're like, I don't care, I don't want to use it anyway, I just want to use PayPal because it's what I've always used. I trust it, you know? And I get that. But from what I understand, let's say you wanted to go donate on my coffee right now, and you don't have a PayPal, and you don't have a Stripe. I think you can just put... So you can still pay through Stripe, but just putting, like, your card info and stuff. Now, if you don't trust that, if for some reason you think I'm gonna get your card info, I'm not. I get it. I get the paranoia of just putting your card info somewhere online, you know? So, if you're not the type of person who can go look up reviews of, like, a site, or see that a bunch of people use it and trust it, you know, it's fair. I've had people who basically said that, yeah, sorry, because you don't, like, I didn't take PayPal for a long time at first. I do now. I take both PayPal and Stripe and coffee. But I've had some people not want to donate because of that, and I get it, you know. And I'm definitely not forcing people to donate. Yeah, PayPal does take a pretty big chunk, especially if you're converting. I hope that in the near future, you know, another service overtakes PayPal. Okay, skilled Death Rider. Everything this fight's weak to fire. Of course, the guy in front is gonna get angry if I hit him with fire, but it's okay if he dies instantly. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Now... Okay, let's take out the ones in the front. And you can hit this guy. I'm afraid that guy's gonna, like, take out 2 or 3 characters in turn 1 with, like, a big physical attack, though. We'll see. He wants to play with Touch and Go. That's cool. That's really nice. I mean, I just have my card hooked up to Steam, honestly. Is that not what most people do? I don't know. I don't remember what kind of options it even has, honestly. The Steam's just hooked up to my bank account. Works for me. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, cool, cool. That's certainly an enemy. That's certainly an enemy. Let me heal. Let me get my cards back. Okay, you know what? I should put some different armor on. I don't need the stuff for the previous fight anymore. Put that on you. For Patchy... See, if I put heavy armor on Patchy, because I'm like, oh, she's slow. That's great and all. It's gonna lower her magic attack. By 10 though, which I feel like is manageable to gain 100 physical defense. Alternatively, Super Shell's pretty good. In fact, like anything from medium is actually fine. You could put on medium armor. I actually should have had medium armor on this whole time. But she goes slow anyway. This gives magic attack. Yeah, that's just good. It's good. Okay, you can go back to having something else too. Probably give you Super Shell again, I guess, since it's just good. No weight either. The others can stay with what they have. And we're gonna change these to other stuff too. I'm gonna put on like the elemental garters because they have such good rates. Like all these physical shields that say they have like, oh, 150 physical defense, that's great, but it works 15% of the time, so I'd rather have a third of that defense, like half the time. So I'm getting something out of it. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna get one shot, potentially, you know? That ain't good. That's no good. Definitely no good. Well, thanks for bringing up payment processors. You gave me something to yap about for a while. Woke me right back up. That's all you gotta do, I guess. Ooh, okay, we can try this guy again. Good. Okay. Glad to see it. So, put this on Marissa. I thought I didn't use the circle. I didn't heal. Oh. Oh. Ah. Guys, I'm dead. That's rough. Okay, we'll just hit him with this, I guess. Hit him with the Dragon Dropper. How long have I been in the Toe community? I made this online identity and started doing stuff in, I think, 2021. I think I've maybe quoted it wrong before, but I was in my email a few minutes ago and I happened to see... I first sent an email to Dylan, which is when I consider myself having started the community. In... oh, no. November of 2020. So almost 5 years. I've been playing Touhou since long before then, but I was never in the community until just 2020. Take these guys out. Let's see, I don't want to use her spell card because she's going to outspeed Marissa and not one-shot the freaky guys out in front. Part of me wishes I could go back and translate like some of the really early fan games I was exposed to when I started doing, well, not started doing, started like getting into Touhou way back in the day. For example, here's an infamous game that doesn't have a translation. I don't think there's a patch at least. Super Marissa World. Not Super Marissa Land, they're different games. Super Marissa World. Circle's gone, they're called Double Cluster. And I don't think there's any way to contact them. I've looked a couple times, it's been a while, but... I mean, the game's ancient now anyway. But hey, would be cool. Honestly, with the game that old... what you'd realistically want to do is, instead of trying to get, you know, like trying to rouse a Circle that hasn't done anything in over a decade, you'd probably want to say like, hey, I'm gonna pay you a lump sum. I want to like buy the rights to this game. I'm gonna remaster it. Give me the code and stuff. I'm gonna translate and put it up on Steam and I'm gonna sell it. I wouldn't be against that kind of thing. I think that'd be cool. I still want to do, but have not gotten to, physical collector's copies of some of the games I've worked on. And I still have too much stuff going on. I just don't have time. I need to finish some of these big projects. Kasegai, probably Labyrinth. Those are the big things. You have permission for Minecraft Zombies 2? That is so cool. You can't really sell that in Steam though, because Minecraft is a problem. You know, I think you'd have to remove the Minecraft, unfortunately. But even just being able to remaster and do whatever you want with it, and just release it for free is cool. So, nice. Yeah, I'd love to do that kind of thing someday. And like I've said, I have permission to do that with Touhou Maiden. Full permission from Hachikuma. I don't even have to pay them anything. They just said, yeah, it's okay. Go nuts. It's just, there are two things holding you back. The first being that I have other things going on right now. Too many other projects. I can't focus on it. Karkadon's holding me back. The other thing is tech problems. I've talked about this on stream before. I'll reiterate. I'm good at reiterating things. So the game suffers from the same issue that GOS and DoD and all other Hachikuma games suffer from, where there's no source unit. Source is gone. Source is dead. You can extract the game's data, but you can't get to the code. The difference between the data and the code is the data has enemy stats, you know, item stats, item descriptions, events, you know, like a story text. What it does not have is the code for how the game controls. That's fine, you can recreate that. What it more importantly doesn't have is damage formulas and things like that. How the game functions. That's a bit harder to recreate by just looking at it. I've looked, and you know, I'm not the smarter person for that kind of thing, for sure. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't find any real consistent patterns, even with how your stats go up from equipment. I don't even know how that works. The game is really weird with its numbers. It's not like GOS or DoD. The file structures are. You can extract with the same tools, and repack with the same tools, so that's cool. But you can't understand the games in the same way. And because the games aren't made in something like Unity, these remakes are Unity, the originals are not. Because they're not made in something that you can just easily like reverse engineer, like Unity, Game Maker, Godot, anything like that. You're stuck. You either have to come up with something new, or run from this guy. What the hell is this? No, it's a red encounter. I'm screwed. Oh my god. Lost my train of thought. Need to use the healing circle. You need to either best guess it somehow, which is maybe what I'd have to end up doing. But at that point, it's, you know, that's going beyond remaster and even beyond remake. It's like a reimagining entirely. Maybe that's what Touhou Maiden needs though. It's a weird game. I don't know. But, you know, another option is somehow get it out of the code, you know, decompile somehow. And that's probably what I'd end up having to do. I know a couple skilled people that might be able to go through that work. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for them, I'm sure. So I'd probably try to pay them something for it. Assuming they're okay with working for pennies, because I work for fractions of pennies. But maybe it'll happen someday. Or, you know, if you're one of the devs, maybe you could work off memory. I still haven't asked them how they managed to recreate like the damage formulas and stuff in GOS and DoD without the code. But they did, apparently. As far as I know, to say. I've never heard Zelda fans say, oh, the damages are way different between the versions. As far as I know, they're not. I don't know. So, I still gotta chat with Hachikuma a bit more about that sometime. Used to be still some stuff on the old engine to work for Unity. What do you mean by that? It's an interesting conversation. For what I understand, their old engine, which is called Sagiri no Miyako, I believe. Also known as Sagiri Resource Set, SRS. Yeah. So that's what they've used like over the years. And essentially what they did, you know, because they're Dojin devs and preservation is not on their mind, from what I understand, is for each new game, they updated SRS, Psychedelic Resource Set, their tool for making their games. They didn't keep the old versions, so as soon as they update it, it's not compatible with the old games anymore. They update it every game, they don't have the old versions. So, oops. You know, dev's not future-proof, I guess, for this kind of thing. They expect that it'll be done with the game, they're never going to touch it again, unfortunately. So it makes preservation, it makes translation, re-releases, playing the game on modern hardware, and OS is difficult as a result. It's a very, very real problem here. Has caused actual suffering in my daily life. When I've been told there's just nothing of value left. I asked Hachikumo like, if like any design documents or like write-ups or anything on like how the code and stuff in Maiden works, you know. Awesome. He said like, you look, couldn't find anything. I've talked about this before, I'll tell the story again. I was looking through, I believe the enemy stats, so the like big monster.csv sheet, which is literally what it is for Touhou Maiden, Defiant of Shrine Maiden, and putting it in Google Sheets and like making it a bit more human readable for myself for this potential remake I was gonna do. So I'm like, okay, I see this like, I have this up in my browser, I can talk about this in more detail actually. Yeah, I might have closed it. I can bring it back up. Awesome read. Let's see here. So, I have Monster Original. So we have a bunch of fields, like we have, okay, so I have notes essentially. We have like a field called SOBS. S-O-B-S. What do you think SOBS stands for? It is short for something. It is short for one of the game's terms. Dawson has even more like game mechanic terminology than GOS and DoD2. It's a complex game. It is short for short obstacle. So what this is, it's some, I forget if it's damage reduction or a chance to prevent damage from short range melee attacks. So you also have mobs, which is not medium range. No, it's magic obstacle. So it's the same thing for magic. We also have lobs, which is long range obstacle. So all monsters have values for these. They're usually 0, so monsters have these. Most don't. We have stuff like, so all the monsters have, I think, the same AI, except bosses have different. Their AI is actually written in these CSVs, but you can't parse it because of the way it's written. It's all numbers. I figured out what a couple of them meant. I'm like, okay, this one means this skill that this AI value is attached to is a passive piece of equipment for them. It's not something that they use. I figured out this one is referring to Alice summoning her dolls. This is Alice casting Libra. But there's conditions for these, and you can't read these. There's fields like COND1, ERI1, SW1, CSW1, and I don't know what these stand for. Obviously, COND is conditioned, that's fine. There's stuff like, so there's a bunch of fields I don't even know where to start with, like CST, MDP, CLL, REC, EDR. I don't have notes for these. I don't know what these even mean, Oh, the cast is probably cast time. It's probably like a cast speed. For the others, I don't know offhand. Anyone who knows, you don't need to tell me. It's not really relevant right now. But the point is, I went to the main contact for Hachikuma that I, have spoken to a lot over the years. This is the guy who gave me like all the lore info on GOS, helped with translation stuff. He's the Hachikuma lore master and the rep of the circle as well. This is the guy who was in the interview. He's Shacho, Rinbara Shacho. Love this guy. He's awesome. I relate to him a lot. And I told him like, well, how about I work on this Maiden remake? And like I recreated some counter logic and stuff. I've gotten some stuff done. But like, I don't understand some of the stuff in these sheets. Like these monster sheets, these encounter table sheets. I don't get what these mean. Like, it's a long shot. Do you happen to have any documents on these? And he said, you're in luck. I'm the only person in the world who understands how the sheets work. And I was surprised because he wasn't really the coder in particular. This guy didn't code the games. He like did, AI design and stuff like that and lore. He helped write the bestiary entrance. I think he was the main guy behind those. So I was surprised that he said that like I'm the only person who could read these. Like, okay, here's the columns I don't understand. I'm gonna send you these files, so you don't have to go dig them up. It's like, thanks. Give me a bit. I'll look at these and I'll get back to you. He got back to me and he said, I have no idea what any of this means. The only person in the world who understands what like these AI values, these like triggers and things mean, has no clue. So it's hard. It's gonna be a struggle if we ever really approach the Maiden remake with full intention to make it happen. It has a lot of problems. Okay, let's play the game. Good grief, I didn't think you'd make it this far. I commend your tenacity, great magician of Hawkeye. I don't have a too prep for Zuli. I haven't seen a devilish aura like yours since we defeated Chloe. That broken way you talk. You're that whatever her name was devil from before, aren't you? Whatever her name was. I'm a full-fledged devil, and my name is Zuli. In that case, Devil Deva Zuli. With the end so close, there's only one thing for us to do. Let's settle our score. Fine. I can't exactly back down now that we've run into each other. Besides, I don't want to put a damper on everyone else's good time. What do you mean? I told you before. I don't like conflict, so in the first place, I wasn't even on board with this plan to conquer Gensokyo. Huh? Are you actually a good devil? However, I love seeing everyone's faces when they're having fun, so I won't ruin that for them. That's why I'm going to defeat you. You're a weird one. I can't tell if you're good or bad anymore. In case anyone's curious, by the way, I'm still not fully happy with how Zuli's speech quirk was translated. I asked if we could do italics, I asked if we could do a different font. The response was no, unfortunately. So her speech quirk is, this is how it was explained to me. She sounds like a stereotypical Chinese person speaking Japanese. How this is written is the last syllable of every sentence is written in katakana. So it's like inflected wrong, essentially. So like if she ends a sentence with like ne, it's going to be in katakana or something. If she ends a sentence with yo, that yo will be in katakana. Accents like that, they're hard to really get across. I feel like a better way to do it would be to italicize like a random word from each sentence. Maybe not the last word, probably not. Like a word that usually wouldn't be italicized. Like, don't go getting the wrong idea now. Something like that, to like show that she's putting her inflection on a strange part of the sentence. And really the best I could do without that kind of tool is this. Unfortunately, I'm a devil. Shah Zuli, the Devil Deva. Whether you're a devil or not doesn't matter. Whoever you are, if you say you're going to take over Gensokyo, then I, Hijiri will put a stop to your ambitions. Experience it for yourselves then. The strength of one of Anger's guardians. The strength of I, Devil Deva, Shah Zuli. So I might not Delinary Nox. Yes, unfortunately. We finally get the Out of Range. Best song. I don't have Waterwall equipped, so I'm not even going to attempt. Alright, let me go pee, and I'm gonna come back and make a party for Zuli, okay? I'll be right back. I have to take a monster piss. I'm literally pissing out monster energy drink. BRB. Okay. I would love next year, for nothing more, to be able to split my time between translating, game dev, and video creation. Whether that game dev be remaking something or making something new, I'm not sure yet. Thing is with Dawson, I'm not entirely sure how to make a game that would satisfy the people who want to see a Dawson remake. I feel like the battle stuff has to be accurate. I feel like I want the formulas to be the same. I think that's kind of important, probably. Oku is only going to use Water Wall in this fight. Enjoy your new job, Oku. So it would take a lot of work to make something like that happen, unfortunately. Do I specialize? If you hire one? I don't know. Dude, if you're hiring them, you probably just use San, I would think. I don't speak too much about that kind of thing, though, and give people the wrong idea, because this is not something I'm super familiar with. I'll give Oku some other stuff for, like, blunt resist, maybe? Defense. She just needs to survive, otherwise. Speed on this is 400. So surely, even if I give you something slow, you'll be fine, right? You can get this, maybe. A dev called you sensei today. Huh. I've occasionally, been referred to with Sama by developers, which is always a little bit weird. Actually, that might be a Google thing. I'm not sure. It's like whenever I get a spreadsheet shared with me, it says like, spreadsheet shared with you, yada yada yada, Hakanai Blue Sama. Oh no, that's something that the dev definitely wrote in there. Funny. Since when they're speaking with me normally, they just use San, so I don't know why they do it there. But I try to speak, you know, politely, but also friendly with developers, personally. So, the other stuff doesn't really matter that much. You just need to stay alive. I can leave a shield activation up. That might be good. I saw it just now. There you go. Alice. Momiji? She needs to just stay alive and spam this, basically. Momiji's back here. Okay. That'll do. You shouldn't need these theoretically, I don't think. We need to give you blunt attack resist. So super cushion. And either health or just physical defense. Probably physical defense, I'm thinking. So ankle protection 3. And Oku's good to go, I think. Maybe. I hope so. What she has for weapon doesn't really matter. Areas encounters physical. Ooh. Okay, we'll take that. That's cool. Yakurin. So, we want Lyrica for physical defense. We want Serpent Queen for debuffs. We want someone for healing, as usual. Maybe just Kadama. I don't know. I'll just put Kadama. Amelia, she wants Moko for healing and strength. Moko. Oh, she's at the end because she's... Right. These ones are sorted differently, unfortunately. They're not sorted by game because they weren't convertible from characters to Shikigami until W. So they're categorized in a different part of the menu, annoyingly enough. Okay. And as usual, I think we'll also give you Yakshi because Yakshi is the best for you. 14 strength, 1... Okay, dex doesn't matter that much, actually. But, I mean, it gives you resist too, so that's great. She's just your usual. And if I give you where's the fairy that can buff herself again? Not the fairy maid, it's the sunflower fairy, right? Ugh, support. Yes, S-fairy, here we go. Almond bear, that's cool. Doesn't really matter though when we can just cast the wall. So I'll be doing weapon bless on you too. You can give it to yourself, that's fine. I don't know if we need magic piercing. We might. I'm gonna look at her skills. Also, is Zuli... She counts as unknown, right? Yeah. She probably will, yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's not like I need any slay skills or anything like that. What skills do you have? I mean, you got your spell card. You have... Oh, thrust is reasonable and strong. I won't be using hunting shot in particular. Butterfly stab is expensive. Blood lance. Okay, I'm gonna be alternating blood lance and critical thrust. I think, probably. That looks good. That seems good. Okay, that's most of the party setup. We're just gonna do the mages now. Oh, and your weapon... I don't think they have Divine Shield, right? I don't know. I don't want those as their crits, but I'd be giving up, like, other stats, HP and MP and stuff, a fair amount. Less defense, less offense. I guess I'll keep the Nihon go on, regrettably. Okay, you guys. So, we need fire attackers. So, you can have fun. I have to lay up 4, by the way, if we want to use Levitain. Your main fire attacker will be... Actually, hold on, I want to check something. We don't even have to do fire if we don't want to. But I think it's the best option, right? Light and Mystic work too, just as well, assuming her resists are still the same. So... I could have one of them do fire and the other do light, maybe. Not a bad idea. So, can it give you enough fire attackers that you always have good moves to use? I can give you Kaguya. I can give you Orin 2, maybe. We don't have anyone for cooldowns, sadly. If I give you Kaguya, you'll have another good move. Disintegrate. I guess it'll do. It'll do. Oops. Menu is such a pain. Orin doesn't actually... No, she has detonate. That's fine. Okay. She can detonate then. On those off turns. Okay. That'll do. I'll be giving you the Purgatory Staff. Or actually, no. The Rod of the Wizard's better here. Yeah. And I'll be giving you... the Kagutsuchi Epaulet for an extra 20% damage. And maybe I should give you Strike Resist. Potentially. Can I get you 50% though? If I can't get you 50%, I don't really think it's even worth it, honestly. I don't know if I have anything for that. I do, I have this. I have, understanding hammers. Okay, sure. Alright, take that. Right, you can have light. You're gonna do light, Patchy. So take the Staff of Joy, I guess. Or, if I give you this, you get... Yeah, you get a Mental Player Staff. 1 in 5 parry chance. That's good. I like that. That's neat. It's a physical attack, light armor. me see. Light. So, light, we still don't have that much of, really. We have Ron for Starlight Whip, which I think is our strongest single target. Which has a cooldown of 1. Good, okay. Right here. Don't have anything good. They'd be alternating between Ron and Star. But Shooting Sapphire is a high cooldown, so I could maybe show so you can cast Absolute Justice to get land power. It's kind of not really worth putting, like, a revive on Patchy anyway, I don't think, you know? Don't really feel like it's worth it. Do we have the light Epaulet? I'm not sure we do. We do. Ildana. We have 5 Epaulets, that's pretty good. Okay. I think this is a potential team. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably entirely wrong here. Let's try, I guess. I hope she's cheesable with water barrier like before. Not sure if she is. Probably for the most part. But I'm sure her physical attacks and other stuff are going to be way, way worse. We get good music this time, though. Okay. You are going to Weapon Bless yourself. I hope she doesn't inflict permanence. I'm kind of banking on her not doing that. Lower her strength immediately. You just start attacking, just start kicking her ass. I'm tempted to do... Yeah, I'm just gonna start attacking. We'll get the land up later on. Once she has an off turn where she doesn't have an attack up. That did nothing. That was a Levitate. That did nothing. 15,000 HP. That's mildly worrying. Alright. I can't just use that too. That's 200 multiplier. These are even better, of course. Other critical thrust while I have the MP. Let's put on defense up. Strength debuff worked, that's good. I'm gonna put on the Justice now, because otherwise Shooting Star, or whatever it is, Shooting Sapphire isn't very good. Okay, 500. We just gotta do that 30 times. Okay. We've done 1,000 damage so far. Not really great. I think I need to mostly just use Apnea Rush because it's so cheap. Galcon doesn't really have anything to do this turn, actually. Everyone's full HP, so... You Dispel, I don't want to hit with that by mistake, so I'm just gonna not do anything. I don't want to dispel her debuff, that'd be terrible. Let me just detonate. So, light is in a good spot, so... This hits multiple times depending on... I want to see how good this is. She might just resist everything now to some extent. Maybe I should bring in Rumia and Liquor, if that works. That might be a good idea. I can try that next time. Around someone. And though she does not take much damage from anything, does she? Alright, now we use Blood Lines to heal. Let's lower... I need to lower her defense, I think. So let's get her vitality down. Or... Let's get her potential down, that's her magic defense. Or says nothing up. Yeah, I figured there might still be a turn like this every now and again. That's okay. Alright, Light is practically maxed. You have your last word, but it kind of sucks. I mean, maybe Mystic is the way to go. She probably doesn't resist that, huh? I'll use it. I'll use her last word. Probably do more than Ron will. $72? Does she resist it, or is it just high magic defense? That's the thing, I don't really know. You can't see the stats, either. Ugh. Alright, potential down. Of course, we have some big debuffs on us, too, which kind of sucks. I don't think I really have any way to clear those with this team, either. Just gotta deal with them. Okay, Could put Spell Enhance on. Might as well. Do some healing here. I think we can just... do... No, I mean, Byakuran barely uses MP anyway. We can just do super healing. It's fine. Heal Oku. It's really crucial that Oku does not ever die. This fight just might be a slog no matter what, I wonder. I don't know. Oh, so it still goes through. That's not good. I could hit her and snap her out of it, I guess. I kind of need to, ASAP. So her buff got cancelled, sadly. I need to attack and get HP back with Blood Lance anyway, so I'll buff later. I'm gonna put a magic attack up. So, Hachi can bonk Oku and snap her out of Berserk, because I need to have Water Barrier ready. She might do something next turn. Or this turn. Okay. Well, got hit with Berserk and I lost the fight. So I guess I need to put in Ravioli at the start, actually. Or I could just give Oku something for that, maybe. Anti-Berserk instead of this. I'll just do that, yeah. Let's see. What we got here? That's 35. 75, there we go. That's fine. Okay. So... let me take off Orin. Wait, no, I need Orin. I need Orin. Where can I slot in Rumia and try and lick here, I wonder? Okay, you know what I'll do? Forget this whole light thing. Entirely, I think. You can go with Mystic instead. And I hope lowering her magic defense will be enough. So, you're gonna have Rumia for Lick. We're gonna try that. This only helps with the base 4 elements, so it doesn't help with Light anyway, which is why I'm just ditching Light entirely. Okay. You can just put on something else then. And a Wit is fine. Okay. Now, I want to put on a Mystic Attacker, but I also... think I have one Shikigami somewhere that has a debuff that increases magic damage taken, right? Where is that? I think it's a monster. I think it's like the only one I have, so I gotta look through and find this. That's damage dealt. That's not it. Let's put Night Parade. Berserk. Natural Breath. These are miracles. Selected stats. Oh, so it's pretty strong. That's cool. I can take you instead of Lyrica, actually. I'm gonna swap Lyrica out in a sec. That might be good. Let's see. Breakthroughs for crits. Yamiraja. Do I not have something for this, after all? Maybe I don't. A support that has a spell that increases magic damage taken. Maybe that's not something I have. I don't see it anywhere. Okay, that's fine. Well, for one thing, we can put Sane on instead of Lyrica. I think she's just kind of better, maybe, in general. Actually, she doesn't have Earth Wall. Freeze of Miracles instead, huh? Is what I'd be doing. I feel like that might still be fine. Maybe. Oh, I need to level her up. She's only level 14. She'll get another thing in a few levels. That might be good. So what do I do for Patchy? I don't even know if Malika is going to work yet, of course. That's the real fun part about this, isn't it? I'm not sure what to do. I could take Koishi. She's worth a lot of stats, and I could put on this so Remy can do more, I guess. Patchy is a weird person to put it on, but I'm gonna try that. Let me go level Sane so she gets her next skill. Won't take long. It's the purple worm that we still haven't managed to kill one of. Because they use ultimate chase or whatever, and they kill you. Not this time, not this time. So yeah, I'm really hoping that next year I can branch out a bit more. I want to do more video stuff, I want to do more game dev. And maybe next year I can finally look at those physical versions of games. The collector's versions, editions. Because I know there's some people who would like to get those. I think they'd be cool to offer. I'm sure I could just bonk this thing now. It doesn't have anything left to chase after all. It's no threat. Hi, Ellie. Sane gains multiple levels. 2 more fights will do. Yeah, so they really do get something every 10 levels, huh? Cool. Get me out of here. I've gotten really lucky with the mental players so far. Well, by that I mean I've burnt a lot of resources to insta-kill them, I guess, but there haven't really been any issue whatsoever in here. Elite ones. Quite fortunate. Tanky ass unicorn. Okay, it's just active mind, okay. Wish he gets dispel. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Let's try now. Let's try again. Okay, proper attempt number 2. We found another gotcha in the fight. It's the Berserk. If Oku gets hit, that's bad. I still like Zuli the most out of the 3 Devil Devas, I think. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have a soft spot for Jiangshi coded characters. Because of Yoshika. Could be. I could always put this on too, but it uses up a slot. You know, I will. Let's put on Girasol. Why not? I'll do it. Okay. Debuff your strength. Waste MP on Levitane. Honestly, let's not even bother yet until we have like buffs and debuffs and stuff on. Let's just use the cheaper stuff. Let's try like immediately here. Please actually work. Why does this thing never work when you actually want it to? Only works in the fights where it wouldn't be useful, in particular. What a shame. Alright, water barrier. Let me just break these fights wide open, come on. Please. Give us int. So, Rumia's pointless here. Doesn't do anything. I'll do this. I don't know if Remelia or the magic attackers are going to be better here yet. Remy was doing a solid like 500, but that's still not incredible. That's still 30 turns. But if I can stack some more buffs and debuffs and stuff, it might be okay. I don't know. Not really sure. Actually, you can heal Oku, she's not full HP. So you've got more room for debuffs if I want to put them on. This isn't going to be like super strong because it's from Patchy probably. But I'm going to put on the Vitality down. I'd rather do it with Byakuran, but I just want to get it on there fast. This will make her take more from physical. My potential. My HP. Oh, okay. That's fine too, I guess. Yakshi's on cooldown for a bit because I used Heat Weapon. I still don't have Weapon Bless on Remy either. So she could be way stronger than this. Alright, then we'll do it with Byakuran. We'll do Vitality down here instead of Potential down this time. Oh, why? 700, man. Okay, I can use Orin to revive, I guess. Orin's on cooldown. Really? Right now, of all times? I don't want to use Remelia because she's the only damage dealer here, so I'm just gonna wait a turn to revive, I guess. It's really, really bad. But I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's not bad. That was just Disintegrate too, wasn't it? Why did that do so much more? Ooh. Double Alliance. Alright. We're getting there. It's just a battle of attrition, I guess, with her all the time. Okay. Apnea Rush. Actually, no. Weapon Bless yourself. You need this to actually do big damage. You'll have 2 weapon buffs then. It'll be worth it. We got the Vitality debuff. That's good. Let's also land a potential debuff. Potentially. Waste all the turns you want doing this one. That's fine by me. It matters not. Okay, I think she's maxed out on her debuffs, right? No, she has more room. Okay. We got 4 buffs right now. Including int up, which is kind of worthless, but that's whatever. We're gonna cancel too, huh? Still. Let's go ahead and let's just use Apnea Rush. Gotta save MP. So I also want to put on Strength up. I know it's gonna leave Byakuran low on HP. Do I care? Only a little. I guess I could replace Rumi with like a heal Shikigami, even though that's not really great. Patchy's not doing too much in this fight now, besides the occasional weak debuff. Bye, Byakuran. We loved having you for the 30 seconds you were here. There we go. We got the buffs and debuffs stacked enough that we're actually doing something. It wore off. That one we can replay with Patchy, I think, so it's okay, I believe. Okay, revive again. And Acid Storm her. Okay, Oku can survive that. Thank goodness. I built her to survive that, so I'd really hope so. Okay. Water Barrier. You, unfortunately, have to heal Oku. You can try to heal yourself. Good luck with that. And we didn't land the debuff, so let's try that again. Acid Storm. It's more. And we're about halfway there. Did I... Did Oku not Water Barrier us that turn? What did I have her do if not Water Barrier? She doesn't have anything else. I'm not sure what happened. Why didn't I Water Barrier? Did I just make a mistake? Did her turn get cancelled or something? That's worrying. Now we've lost our buffs on Remy. I'm not sure why. Man, Byakuran's taking so much damage. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, she just kills me now, so I gotta go. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I spaced out and stopped paying attention or something? I'm not sure, honestly. Weird. Get rid of Rumia. What else could we use here? We could put on a healer, we could put on a buffer. I guess we're gonna make Patchy into a buffer. This is not her job, but she's going to do it today. Marissa can be the attacker for fire. Looks good. So this frees up a slot. What do we want to give Rumelia? Maybe just another strength Shikigami? I don't really know. It can't hurt, I mean. But I feel like we could do something better, right? Doesn't really convert to that much extra damage, I don't think, after all. Oh, Yugi's attack plus 20. Okay, that converts to some damage, that's for sure. Maybe that'd be good. Or I could put in Suika and use Suika's big buff. Is that, targetable? Or is it self-target? Suika... Oh, Suika's at the end because she's playable. Purple power, yet self-target. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sure. Otherwise, I guess we're probably fine. I can't believe she's doing so much damage. Like, through all that defensive armor I have. Well, it doesn't do much if you don't have the percent reduction from the resist, huh? We'll do another fight or two. Get a little bit of extra XP. Just a little. Couple Shikigami levels never hurt. Way more impactful than the agile character levels or the passive and stuff sometimes. Years. Yeah, that's a really good multiplier on most of the Shikigami. Like Sonic got 5k from that. Refresh. Is that a party heal? What's refresh? What is that? Single target full heal? Okay, single target full heal, permanent cure. Expensive, but no delays. That's cool. So Kodama has everything it's gonna learn now. Nice. Besides passives, of course. You guys new. Hanuman. Looking back there, he's having a great time today. He's just happy to be here. That attempt was going pretty well until whatever happened with Oku happened, though. It was just slow, but I guess it has to be, apparently. I think maybe I'll swap Remy's weapon over to the one with the crits, after all. And just bank on maybe getting more crits. Wow. All these numbers I'm managing. I'm definitely playing this game suboptimally by having Oku keep buffing stuff. But it just turns out that in this game's boss fights, you can't really make do with one buffer, debuffer, healer. Like, I guess you could put one Shigiomi for each of those in Byakuren. I feel like that's not enough for fights. So far, it definitely hasn't been. I mean, I even have to, like, spread them on characters like Patchouli, you know? You just need so much stuff with quick fights. Of course, Oku here is the dedicated water waller. Alright, switch from Ilia's weapon to the Gungnir. Gotta get Whirlwinds. I don't know if that's good or not. Probably AoE, so probably not for this. Okay. I must have just autopiloted and done like a physical attack with Oku or something, I guess. Maybe. Okay. You can purple power yourself. I'm going to immediately go for offense here, so I'm going to lower her vitality. No, that's really stupid. I have to lower her strength. I can't get away with that. That's too greedy. Okay. You are going to give a weapon blast to Remy, so she's going to get 2 big buffs on turn 1. We usually don't even use the Suika buff, but it should be pretty huge, I think. Okay, we survived Vampires. That's without the strength buff. It's weird. That did 700 damage later in the fight. Did she just get a crit, maybe? So I don't think she ever buffed herself at all. Weird. Okay. Apnea Rush. Something got cancelled there, by the way. Oh, does Suika's... It shouldn't overlap, but it looks like it did. That's very strange. That doesn't make sense. Okay. I think there's something wrong with Suika's buff, because it's supposed to be just a flat 50% buff. It looks like it's being treated as a copy of Weapon Blast for whatever reason. Because it replaced, Weapon Blast. So, that sucks. So, I guess Yugi is better there after all if I can't use Suika. Like, it's just the same as Weapon Blast, there's no point. Okay, so, in which case, Remy has 2 buffs, we're getting there. Slowly. He is super healing. We have 1 Pensu debuff on her. Strength is also down. Let's lower her vitality now. I'm just trying to stack up Remy's, like, multipliers here, basically. She seems like she'll be the MVP, I think. Why did that hit? Huh? Why did that go through Water Wall? These aren't single use. This works for the turn. It worked for Oku twice. Why is that going through? Huh? This isn't like 50% chance to nullify. This is just supposed to work. I don't get what's going on here. I'm really confused. I guess we'll do Radiation Mist as well. Or her offense even more. Let's see. Well, Byakuren went down before she could revive, so that's not great. Now Warren's on cooldown because I was expecting I'd actually get that revive off, so we have less members. Patchley's berserked. And this fight goes downhill so fast. Good. Good crit. Good counter. Oh, there's just a regular attack. Okay, revive Remy. She has Moko for revives. Keep on barriering. Revive. Actually, no, you know what? You need to heal yourself, actually. You need HP back. You can try to revive, I guess. Odds are it's probably not gonna work, though. Hurry up and knock Patchley to Berserk, please. So maybe I did use Water Barrier last fight, because I noticed I think it only hit 2 people, so I don't know why it happened. Is something bugged, or is there some mechanic at play here? Because this didn't happen last time I did the fight. So I really don't get it. I need to summon Zelda Fan for this. How long is Berserk for? 1 more turn, okay. Wait, we just have to spend a turn healing, I think. Use super healing. This is very rough. At least it's cheap to use Water Barrier. Okay, Byakuran can handle the revives. You need to attack, but you gotta buff yourself, I guess, too. I don't know if I want to put the more crits on. Wait, what's the point of giving Suika both of these if they stack and they remove each other? I guess purple power is probably better. My god. What is up with this game? I don't understand anymore. It's still on you for one more turn. One more turn, huh? Wait, no, Byakuran needs to revive, actually. That's right. Get Marissa back up. No point using Weapon Blast, so that's another wasted Shikigami slot, I think. Or hit it. I think maybe what it is... So I notice it always gives around the 50 mark. So I wonder if every level of single target weapon, like, buff is a % damage buff. And Suika's just gives around that level consistently regardless of your dex. So maybe Weapon Blast is better if you have a character that's good with dex, apply it. But if you want to have, like, Patchly apply it or something, it'd be better to use Purple Power. That's my guess. But boy, is that not clear if that's the case. Okay, Apnea Rush. Byakuran has to heal. No, I have super healing. Heal Melissa. And, we don't have any debuffs on her at all anymore. Let's start with Subterranean Rose for strength. Then we'll maybe put on Acid Rain too. Acid Storm. That's doing nothing. This fight is just such an upward battle. I think I got that expression wrong. It's hard. I just feel like I'm making no progress. Like, I've done less than 3,000 damage. Less than 20% of HP this time. It's not good. Definitely not good. I guess I still have resources left, but Marissa and Patchly are beginning to burn through their MP. Oh, wait. You need to use Bloodlance, actually. I'm gonna do a buff this turn. Put on Priest of Miracles for strength for Remy. She needs to be able to do damage. Patchly missed her debuff. We're gonna try that again. Thankfully, there's no cooldown on Subterranean Rose. Unthankfully, it costs 20 MP. That's why we put that on. Good. Glad to see that pay off. Okay. She does less damage now. Resume Apnea Rush. So, what do you have? Just strength down right now. I'm gonna put Unpotent Vit down. Patchy can do Acid Storm. Yep. If we can get both of these on, we'll be doing pretty good. I scared that wouldn't prove for a second. Okay. We lost one. Both of them missed. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Alright, you need to heal again. Just try again, honestly. Keep spamming that Acid Storm. Good thing Remy's healing a little. Okay. Just a little, though. Okay, so her buffs are still on for a bit, that's good. Bloodline's not have a cooldown? Oh, it doesn't, so we can just use it whenever we need to. Good. That's nice. We already have strength on, we can't debuff with Byakuran this turn, so we can heal, I guess. Attempt to. Please let me Acid Storm. Okay, there we go. Good. Oku is under half MP, so our timer for the fight isn't boding well so far at all. She has her. We still need to get Vit down on her though. Once that's on, maybe we'll be a bit better. Oh. What bad she really do? I could debuff her more. Lower her damage. Let's do potential down. So she takes more from Marissa. Those little heals are adding up too. And we're not gonna get the bit down on. It's just not right seeing Levitane do under 200 damage. There's just something wrong with that. Actually, I still need more HP, so let me heal up one more time so I'm topped off. Yeah, I snap rotted it. And what was it I tried to do? Vit down. Let's try that again. Use up the rest of Patchy's MP. She's got a lot, thankfully. Did that not snap her out? I thought that was supposed to snap her out of it. Does that only work for Charm, not Berserk? Oh. Okay. Oops. Oh no, she might dispel her. Ah, that's not good. I think I need to kill Byakuran. Okay, so you still have your buffs, that's good. We could technically put on Heat Weapon too, but you'd have to spend a turn doing it, and I don't really care anymore. Alright, we gotta kill Byakuran so she doesn't dispel her. She's got too many debuffs, we can't afford to get rid of those. They're important. 1250, good. We can do that a couple more times. 3 more, in fact. The only way we could be doing more there is if the buffs and debuffs are stronger, or if we also had Heat Weapon. But I don't really want to spend the turn on that. We only have 10 more turns before we run out of water barriers. Then, we're leaving it up to chance what happens from that point on, basically. Okay, your physical boon is going to wear off next turn, so I'm going to replace it with Patchy now, I think. So we're going to do Weapon Blast. See how strong this is. Goodbye, Melissa. Okay, so it's about as strong as the Suika one, so what's the point if Patchouli has enough dex to match it anyway? I really don't know. Patchouli's... she doesn't have any revives. We gotta have Remy do the revives this turn. That sucks. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, it's okay. So I think Oku's gonna go first. Zuli's gonna go. Remy's gonna go near the end of the turn, because that's a really slow move. So this should be fine, theoretically. Your stuff is gonna wear off, so I need to put those back on. You don't have the MP for that, so just try to refresh Acid Storm, I guess. Oh, it's our other move, just into the Maelstrom. Okay. But we still block it, so whatever. I guess she starts doing under half. Which she is under, so that's good. Okay, so it's 8 more turns, not 5 more turns. I was thinking this was 10, not 5. Of course, it's fine. Okay. Remy needs buffs first. We gotta debuff again before I use like her really big attacks. So let's see, what do we got? Remy needs strength up again. Zuli needs to be hit with Acid Storm again. We'll do the strength up right now. It sucks because I also need to like keep off her strength optimally. That would be good. So if she kills us, let's easily, but I feel like I have the leeway for that right now because I want a timer. At least Water Barrier's behaving, for the most part. Besides that one scare earlier. Okay, so you've got 2. She's only got 1. I could wait 1 more turn until we get the Acid Storm on. I think I will. Yours are gonna last for a while. Oops, hold on. That's gonna last for a while too. Okay. This turn you can just do Apnea Rush. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Give Heat Weapon. Give yourself another buff. That's fine. I'll do it. Okay. We're gonna lower her strength so she doesn't kill us. I'm gonna waste MP on Levitate. Look at water, by the way. The field. It's maxed out on water. What is the point of Marisa here? She can't, like, fight the land all on her own. It's just not possible. I'd might as well have her be supporting too. Ugh, this is so stupid. Marisa's worthless. I'm not even gonna revive her if she goes down again. Okay, I guess she can revive, but that's literally it. Okay, Acid Storm, please. Please, please, please. Okay, well, she wasted a turn. Good. You see, she usually does 2 water attacks per turn. Not always, but often enough that she just pushes the line gauge so far, you just can't do much about it unless you have like a full fire team. And why do that when you can just have Water Barrier, right? It's not really worth. Okay. We got all the defensive ones on her, all the buffs on Remy. Remy's gonna do more damage now. I think we can do this time. I think we're actually okay. I really do, unironically. On what is the point to do here? She doesn't really have anything to do at all. I'm not gonna waste MP on one of these. I'm just gonna do this. I'll actually use light. If it's free, at least. We gotta save that MP for buffs and debuffs and stuff. Okay. I think that was a crit. Like, there's no way Heat Weapon, the weaker of the 2, like, physical damage up buffs, made enough to, you know, triple that, right? I guess we did get SS Storm on too, but I don't know. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. We still have a card left. Ugh. I was really worried this wasn't going to be doable today. I was so worried. But we should be good to go as long as Remy doesn't miss. Yes, okay. I guess it was just all the buffs and debuffs. We had 5 total. We had Strength Up, Heat Weapon, Weapon Blast on Remy. We had Vitality down, and Acid Storm on Zuli. So that's 5, like, amplifying effects, basically, at play there. Why did we get 9999 XP, by the way? That can go higher than 10k, so why did it... Okay, I guess... I guess bosses must give like a fixed amount that doesn't care about your level. That's interesting. Ugh. The hidden arts that just struck you down. They were the power of Hijiki Byakuren, the one who bears Gensokyo's fate. It's all over for you, Devil Deva Shazuli. Heck, I didn't think Gensokyo's power would amount to this much. This is more than I imagined. I don't know how far your imagination stretches, but we're not so weak as to fit within it. We Devil Devas have had our name ruined, but don't go getting the wrong idea. Even if you're more than I imagined, I haven't made any miscalculations. What? What's that mean? You may have all been stronger than I imagined, but you're still nowhere near Angra's level. I can't wait to see how you've all struggled in vain against Angra. After all, I am a kid. I am a squid. She died the death. It looks like she underestimated us. Indeed. That evaluation was just part of her limited imagination. You're right. In which case, let's show the devils of Makai then. That we're way more that we're more than they imagined us to be. Byakuren would never say way. Way past cool. No, I have business there. Oh, man. That was tiring. Okay. But we got one of them done. There's 2 more refights left, and then we have access to the final boss. We could technically go fight now, but you don't want to. You really want to weaken her first, if it's your first time beating the game, I'm pretty sure. Ugh. Is that how you're supposed to do that fight? Is that the only way you can really do like reasonable damage to her? I don't know. Are you supposed to be able to fight her without water barrier? I wonder how you do that, even the first time around. She's... You know, I think the first couple times I played DoD, I did it without water barrier, because I don't think I knew about it at the time. I think I just missed that Shikigami or something. Like, I think a few streams ago when I said, oh, you gotta level up to 30 or something, I think that's maybe what I think I was misconstruing that. I think I probably just didn't have the Shikigami in my first runs, so that must have not been a good time. I think that attack does high damage and has a chance to inflict death. I'm not totally sure. Her spell card is. But okay. I'm glad I got one done. Even if that took 2.5 hours. Okay. That's the stream for today.